Welcome to AutoScope, where we decode the DNA of automotive legends one gear at a time, from groundbreaking engineering to the road warriors that left tire marks in history. This is where enthusiasts meet storytelling. So buckle up, subscribe, and turn that bell icon into your pit crew. Let's dive under the hood of the car that made the 911 a living legend. The year was 1973. The world was changing. Muscle cars roared in America. Italy was crafting exotic dreams. But in Germany, Porsche had a different mission: to take the humble 911 and turn it into a racing weapon. Homologation rules required Porsche to build 500 road-legal cars. They ended up building over 1,580. Why? Because they didn't just build a car, they built a myth. The 1973 911 Carrera RS 2.7 wasn't about luxury or comfort. It was about purpose. Lightweight, aerodynamic, and brutally honest. No turbos, no traction control, just you, the road, and a rear-engine masterpiece with razor-sharp instincts. To understand the RS, you have to understand racing. In the 1970s, Porsche was already making waves with the 917 in endurance racing, but they needed something closer to the production line for GT racing. That meant homologation, building a minimum number of cars for road use that shared the same specs as the race version. So Porsche took the standard 911S, bored out the engine from 2.4 to 2.7 liters, added a mechanical fuel injection system, stripped the weight, tweaked the suspension, and added that now iconic ducktail spoiler. The result, a car that hit 0-60 in under 6 seconds and topped out over 150 miles per hour. For 1973, that was outrageous. Every line on the Carrera RS served a function. The flared rear arches weren't just for looks, they housed wider wheels for more grip. The front bumper had a lower valance to reduce front-end lift. But the real star? That ducktail. The RS was the first production car to use an integrated rear spoiler. Porsche tested the shape obsessively, eventually landing on the ducktail to increase rear downforce and improve high-speed stability. It worked so well that it reduced drag and increased top speed. The RS wasn't flashy. It didn't need to be. Its minimalist vibe said one thing: I'm faster than you, and I don't care if you know it. Let's talk heart and soul of the engine. A 2.7-liter flat-six that revved like it was angry at the world. 210 horsepower might not sound like much today, but in a car weighing just over 2,100 pounds, it felt like a rocket. More than the numbers, it was the feel. The way the throttle responded, like it was wired to your brain. The balance. Thanks to that rear-engine layout, you had to respect it. To lift mid-corner and it would snap. But drive it right, and you'd unlock magic. The RS also introduced stiffer torsion bars, Bilstein dampers, and bigger brakes. It wasn't just faster, it handled like a race car, because it basically was one. Porsche offered two flavors of RS, the Touring and the Lightweight, also known as M471. The Touring looked more like a regular 911A carpet, sound insulation, and basic creature comforts. But the Lightweight, that's where the madness began. No rear seats, thin glass, no undercoating. Even the door panels were simplified with pull straps instead of handles. Every ounce that could be shaded was gone. The Lightweight tipped the scales at just 900 kilograms, 1,984 pounds. You could literally feel the difference in your fingertips. Only 200 Lightweights were built. They're the holy grail today. Imagine this: no ABS, no power steering, no digital nanny to save you, just raw mechanical feedback, every movement translated directly through the chassis to your hands and feet. It demanded skill, but it also rewarded bravery. The engine sang its mechanical opera through the revs. The gearbox clicked through its 5 gates with a bolt-action precision. The brakes bit with urgency. You didn't just drive the RS, you danced with it. Ask any driver lucky enough to pilot one, and they'll tell you this car doesn't just move, it communicates. The RS didn't just dominate the streets, it crushed on the track. It laid the groundwork for the 911 RSR and became a winning platform in everything from endurance races to rally stages. It set Porsche on a path that continues even today. Its DNA is found in every GT3, every RS-badged Porsche. It created a legacy of race-bred road cars that are as comfortable at Le Mans as they are on a Sunday drive. Back in the day, the RS was underappreciated. Some sat unsold in showrooms. Today, they're million-dollar collector cars, and for good reason. They're not just rare, they're foundational. The RS wasn't just a Carrera, it was Porsche declaring who they were. Engineers of speed, craftsmen of precision. Every serious Porsche collector wants one, and every real driver wants to drive one. Owners describe it as a spiritual experience. One collector said, "It's the only car in my garage that makes me nervous and excited at the same time." Another said, "It's not fast by modern standards, but it makes you feel alive in ways no other car can." You can drive a 700 horsepower supercar today and feel nothing. But the RS, it makes everything matter. Every shift, every input. It's not about speed, it's about connection. Without the 1973 Carrera RS, there might be no GT3 RS. No RSR, no Turbo S with the same DNA. It changed the way Porsche thought about their cars, and it changed the way drivers thought about performance. It set the tone. Light is right, feedback over fluff, form follows function, and it proved that a car could win on Sunday and thrill on Monday. The 1973 Porsche 911 Carrera RS isn't just a classic, it's a cornerstone, a touchstone, a masterclass in balance, design, and a pursuit of pure driving. It wasn't built for comfort, it was built for the corners, for the back roads, for the checkered flag. And if you've ever driven one, or even just dreamed of it, you already know, it's not just a car, it's a feeling. This has been AutoScope, where every episode brings you closer to the cars that made history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Carrera RS, drop us a like, hit that subscribe button, and tell us in the comments what's your favorite Porsche. Until next time, keep your revs high and your rubber warm.